Really? No ODSTs in Helldivers? What the fuck?
Yep. Makes sense if it was, but
That's crazy. That's like such
Yep.
just an easy money. Literally just super
Easy
duper easy
advertising.
money. They are literally just the Halo. Helldivers are literally just a Halo version of ODSTs with maybe a little bit less propaganda.
Mm-hmm.
There's just like
Like,
nar.
yeah.
Hi everyone. Hi.
Hi.
Welcome on in. It's here. It's happening. I didn't fall asleep this time.
Woo!
Wow! No way! He's here. Hi Rayclin. Hi Dan. Hello everyone. Hope you guys are all doing good. Hope you all are having a very lovely Tuesday. Lovely tummy Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
Tummy Tuesday.
Wow!
Let's fucking go.
So true, honey. So true.
What? Oh, Tummy Tuesday.
Bwap, bwap, bwap. Bwap,
Nothing.
bwap, 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 bwap. Hi, Dan. Hi, Rayflin.
Yo. But yeah, again, I apologize for missing for sleeping through the last episode of the podcast.
Last week's podcast is probably the better way to say that. But
last week's podcast, yeah. I was just absolutely exhausted, and I was like, this schedule was messed up. I was exhausted, and I wasn't sure if people were going to be able to make it today, so I just kind of lay down, and then
you didn't sleep. You told me you didn't sleep.
I got like 3 hours sleep, I think.
Today?
Oh, today?
Yeah.
Today my sleep was weird. So my on Monday,
One day you'll find words.
What'd you say?
One day you'll find words.
Hey, give me a second. I'm crafting my story. I'm crafting our story of our date night, honey. Where where we hung out, we watched YouTube for a bit, and then we laid down, and then I fell asleep, and we kind of like fell asleep together in a Discord call. And then I woke up a few hours later, and then I watched streams for a couple hours, and then I went back to bed. I don't know what's with my body. I've just been doing these like 3-hour sleeps, and I don't know why. I don't know why my body's like this.
It's actually, what's funny? It's actually better for you to have like 2 to 3 hours of sleep, and then be awake for a bit, and then have another 2 to 3 hours of sleep.
Funnily enough, I've heard that as well, because I think I read this somewhere. Like it's like back when we were like primitives, or not like primitives, like just like hunter gatherers. We would just take naps throughout the day whenever, kind of like how other animals do. Like cats and dogs will just take naps throughout the day whenever, and like they're fine.
Well, their bodies are also smaller, so they don't really need as much sleep. But yeah, it's more so on the fact of Kevin and stuff would like need to travel or like long distances, or take turns in like keeping watch during like when people napped, because they spent the night up to look out for the tribe and whatnot, and then the next person's turn, and yada yada yada.
Mm-hmm. It's like in D&D. Or whenever
Yeah,
you,
short rest.
you take like a short rest, and then everyone takes turns keeping watching. Yeah,
Okay, I'm here. Hello.
it's so easier.
I say
Sorry, I woke up late and then I had to eat food and then I had to go have coffee and,
you're
put my
fine.
clothes on. And now I'm gonna take my clothes off in like 20 minutes.
I mean,
not off, out of the washing machine. Sorry, I meant out. I didn't say mean off. I didn't mean off.
I mean, like, I guess, like, I can't stop you from like taking your clothes off if you really want to. So, I mean, like,
Who said I was even wearing clothes
I
to begin
will.
with?
Palz squat soaps out so he doesn't take off his clothes.
And I'm probably just what
What are the cops gonna do? Well, what are the cops gonna do? Actually, what is the Australian SWAT called? I can't remember what our SWAT equivalent is called.
What?
What is our equivalent of SWAT?
The SWAT team here is like a division of our police. So, like,
AFP.
is that...
Okay, I think ours is. Wait, what? The Tactical Response Team. No, so the TRT maybe.
No, I mean I think people still call it swatting.
Yeah, it's still swatting, but that's just because the term is generalized. But you wouldn't be calling the SWAT on
Also,
us. You'd be
I
calling
think
the
Australians
AFP.
call it raids more than
Tactical
anything
Response.
as well.
Yeah, I mean, people would still say swatting just because, but it is right.
I never heard the tactical blah 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 at all. I've only ever heard swatting and raid. That's it.
It's literally just the police tactical group.
Yeah.
Or tactical response team. That's it. So TRT.
Oh my god, I'm on HRT. It's almost the same thing.
That's actually what I was gonna say.
Totally.
It sounds like a drug. Like a...
Totally
You
the
guys are
same
on
thing, right?
HRT? No, I'm on that TRT.
Get down,
Get with it.
I'm tired as shit. I mean, I slept 8 hours, but I'm tired.
You slept too long then.
Yeah.
6 hours would have been perfect for you if you're tired at 8.
No, I'm tired all the time.
I think they're just still getting old.
I
So
feel that. I feel that.
No,
Relatable.
like if I could sleep, like I could go. The only way I'm not tired is if I sleep like 3 hours, wake up for 6. Sleep 3 hours, wake up for 6.
Mm-hmm.
If I just did that consistently all the time, that is when I feel the least tired.
Yeah.
But like, I'm just tired.
So what I'm learning is we're all a bunch of little nappers where we've all been having like little sleeps throughout the day, I think. Sooky's been doing that kind of, although I guess little 1 hour sleeps. I've been having my 3 hour naps. Siel, I think, have you been napping, honey?
A little bit.
We're all a bunch of little
Siel
nappers.
naps all the time.
What'd you say,
At
Sooky?
least when I see you in VR. Or like when I see you on like in my friends list in VR, it says napping / cuddling or whatever. I'm just like, okay.
Yeah. We're all little nappers. We're all a bunch of little nappers.
Eepers.
We need...
Eepers, sleepers. Where'd you get those peepers? Eepers, sleepers.
Cause the revolution. We're tired of the 9 to 5s. We're tired of the standard sleep practices of the world.
9 to 5.
Everyone should
I don't
be
do a 9 to
nappers
5.
like us.
We're tired of life.
I think you're the only one here that does a 9 to 5. Is yours considered a 9 to 5?
Yeah, it's
God, I
like,
wish mine was
right?
only a
Okay.
9 to 5. Holy shit.
Yeah, yours is like an
24/7.
24/7, like on and off. Like you get little breaks between everything, but yeah, you have to always be ready.
yeah.
That's like
I'm never in a state of relaxation.
yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, you can never like be like, oh, this is like 2 hours that I can do absolutely nothing. You're like, oh, I have to
And
be
I
ready.
get
I have to
way
be
less
ready to
than
just
minimum
leave at any
wage.
point.
I get way less than minimum wage too.
Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah. That's because you're just slacking at home all the time. No, I'm joking.
Classic older generation. You're just lazy. Oh yeah, looking after another person 24/7 is lazy. Yeah, okay. All right, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
What the?
Why don't you go to your laborer job and supervise some dude digging a hole? All right.
Very, very important job of watching someone dig a hole.
Yeah.
I just opened a mod page, right?
Okay.
For what game?
For The Witcher 3.
Okay.
So I'll just check it, see if
Lots
there's
of sex?
anything new. No. Well, no, not really. Not necessarily. I see one of the top mods is this thing called Muscular Geralt, and he just has his fucking cock out. It's so funny.
It's like the One Piece is real.
He's like cartoonily muscular. It's not even like a proper muscular. I'm gonna send this in the side chat, but obviously we can't show it on stream.
Yeah.
But like, this is what I saw as like a small little thumbnail on the front mod page.
Okay, let me see this.
I'll go to the mod page.
Jesus. Jesus. He got so many muscles, his cock got muscles. What the hell?
He's wearing like a G-string.
Honestly, I would be too scared to fucking like do anything with that.
No,
Like,
it's not
in case I
G-string, it's a
punctured a
thumb.
vein or something with my teeth.
Huh?
Oh yeah. And then you
Anything like what?
Oh no, never mind. It's not as what I thought it would be. Never mind.
It's like
Well,
look at the whole like page. Look at the whole page of the Sooky girl. Like that little fucking thumbnail. I was like, what the fuck? Why is it trending? Why is it in the trending things? This is a hot mod.
Because it's cock.
There's no way people wanted that though. You'd want to walk around as like nude Geralt in The Witcher.
with your insanely large cock out, yes.
Oh.
Did you just tune into the conversation?
New one
Honey?
activated. New one's activated.
My
Still had
neurons are
cock out,
firing
just
off right
like-
now.
Neurons activated
What?
from cock. I see. I'm taking notes.
I'm deleting this because it looks fucking terrible.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I already saved it. I'm saving it as blackmail.
Good.
material.
I don't think
know?
you could blackmail with that. I've sent far worse things that I've seen on the mod page.
I hate that I can
True.
still see these. I have to delete them, so not have to go and remove them myself.
Oh, that's a you problem. You got an extension that does that.
Yeah, you know, like it's usually good, but sometimes it bites me in the ass.
I saw fucking the wildest Skyrim shit like I'd seen. I was looking on like the like sex mods, right? And
Okay.
and
You were looking at them.
one-
Why were you looking at them? Like you wanted them? Like
yeah, I don't think I've been ever like I don't download Skyrim sex mods. I've been pretty
I
clear
know
that
I have
that
a shit
that I
ton of
look at
sex mods on
sex
Skyrim.
mods.
So.
Oh my.
But like, I saw one, right? There's this one that like adds tattoos and shit to the game, and the fucking some of the they're like terribly done, and then there's
Yeah.
like ones that are like specifically like racist stuff, and it's like people were getting off to like racist, like I don't know, racist tattoos, and then there was also like transphobic ones, homophobic ones, and all that. And it's like I do know there are definitely people who get off to being called like the F slur and stuff. Like that is a thing. But it's it's wild to see it. It's wild to like actually see that there's like someone uploading mods like that. And they're not like high quality at all. They're like low quality as shit. And it's like, I don't know. It just seems so weird. It just seems so weird in my head.
It's usually with that kind of fetish, it's like added in with like other things, right? But like,
It was funny. One of the pictures had there's like a thing just right above the person's ass that says "fuck his gay ass."
Yeah, the classic "fuck his gay ass" Skyrim mod.
Yeah.
So,
You know what I'm talking
thoughts on
about?
this, by the way?
Uh-huh.
Hold on. Is it
Thoughts
VX
on
before
this?
Twitter, right? Yeah.
I just
FX.
It'll be
That was
X.
just
before
like
Twitter.
this.
I think both work.
It doesn't matter to me. I always open it in my browser anyway.
This is literally like
What
enabling
the fuck?
fucking public masturbation, right?
È uno dove puoi fare la pipì in mezzo a tutti senza
Maybe,
che
I
nessuno ti
guess.
veda.
That is
Ieri sono
really
stata al
fucking
massimo.
weird.
Yeah.
I couldn't use that regardless of like. I
Well,
couldn't
the
use
thing
that
is
as
you
well.
know they can't see you,
No, I know,
but
but
you
like
can
that's
see
the thing.
them.
I still couldn't.
That's the creepy bit,
I still
right?
couldn't use it. Yeah.
Let me show stream this. It's a transparent.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
Of what, a bathroom?
Oh, okay.
Technically, you're not allowed to film inside bathrooms. I'm not sure what the rule is if you are in a bathroom that is on your own, and I don't know how it comes across if it's someone else filming it and rather than you filming it. I don't know the rules there, but all I know is that people have been banned for filming in bathrooms before.
Yeah. So anyway, chat, as a quick little thing, it's a in Rome there's a public toilet out in the middle of nowhere that's basically invisible until you get like closer to it. No one can see inside it, but you can see out of it. And yeah, I don't know, it's weird.
Yeah, I feel weird. I feel
Like all the walls
weird.
are literally see-through, like from the inside out. And then if you're looking in, you can't see it at all.
What the fuck
It's
is
just
the
a
video
reflection.
above?
So
Like, what's going on?
Oh, I was
Very weird.
gonna get a segue since we were talking about buff dudes. I was gonna say that they added
Yeah?
Slayer in a Guilty Gear Strive, and I was like, buff.
Not that.
Mhm.
I'm talking about the video above the toilet video.
Hi,
There
Nessie.
was,
Hi. Huh? The he's master of grinding with no board. That one?
This is
No,
brilliant.
the
Arc
what the
system
fuck?
works.
Oh, what the hell? So it's different for all of us?
And it's in the podcast pop-out chat, right?
Okay, wait. No, when you click on, if you open that video in browser and scroll up.
Okay.
What is going on in
Twitter
there?
itself? Oh, okay.
Yeah. I sorry, I just always
Oh.
open stuff in browser. I don't know what the fuck's going on there. That's
Oh, they're just
That's-
having a
Oh.
good time.
what the fuck?
Oh, that's usually body surfing.
Yeah,
There's
that's
nothing else
just
weird
body surfing. Yeah,
going
yeah.
on.
It's just body surfing.
Yeah,
It's
just
just body
body
surfing.
surfing.
Surely. That's so fucking. What the fuck?
Weird.
That's weird.
That one I definitely probably can't show you. So both those videos I can't show you. But yeah,
Thanks,
what?
Fans Cat Cream, for gifting Message Chat sub.
Nessie, what the? Yeah, thank you for giving Nessie a sub. What the heck? Thank you.
Hi, Nessie.
Thank you for saving Nessie from the ads.
I've seen
safe.
people, for some reason, still like saying that the character in Guilty Gear,
Mhm.
you know, the trans character.
Uh-huh.
I see a bunch of people who say that no, they're not actually trans. It's like, what the
Oh,
fuck?
boy.
It says it in the game, doesn't it? Like,
Oh.
like I
Okay, I can give you the
What
rundown
the
of this.
fuck?
I am
what the fuck?
I am just as angry.
How?
Okay, this is going to be a puns rant. This is going to be a puns
Rare
rant
puns
time.
rant?
The rare puns rant.
Holy.
So I'll strap on in. Okay. So give you some backstory. Bridget is a character who was released in Guilty Gear XX. So this was like early mid 2000s anime fighting game from the Guilty Gear series. It was technically like the third game in the series, or what in the series. And the character was and Bridget was basically one of the very first quote unquote trap characters in fighting games, right? And I use trap in the way that we used to, in the same way we use femboys today, as in like that's what you would call femboys back in the day. You would refer to them as traps because Bridget, from like the artwork, was designed to look like a female, but is revealed through the story that they are a boy, and they lived in a village where they act like a girl, and there is a lot, but basically they were like one of the very first femboy characters in video games, and because of this, Bridget was the original femboy meme. She was back then when he was the femboy meme. And anytime there was anything, any kind of memes, trap related, anything related to that, Bridget was like the center of those memes. It was like a classic. And so a lot of people, when Strive released, and basically, and so to be fair, Bridget hasn't been in any Guilty Gear game since then, in like the mid 2000s. And then she gets added as a character in Strive, and in the story mode of Strive, she basically at the end of the story mode, she decides that she is a girl. Her design is changed from the original to Strive to have a transgender pin on her head, and she literally says verbatim that I am a girl in the game. And and despite this being very, very clear and the game being out for like two years, there are a bunch of people angry about this because they feel like their classic
because they have nothing
meme,
better to do.
because their classic meme is being taken away from them. They are these woke people, these woke SJWs, just greedy freaking political correctness is ruined their character from memes they looked at when they were younger, basically. And that is why they are angry about it. Like and so even though like it's super duper clear that like that he transitioned into a woman, and her design reflects that, like in the way that like Bridget now wears a neck cover around her neck, and like that's I've read somewhere that like that's something that's like trans women sometimes do to like make their
They don't like to see their Adam's apple. Yeah,
exactly. And like design despite the design clearly reflecting that, there are a bunch of people copiuming this change because they feel like their meme is under attack, and obviously that is very, very dumb. Those memes still exist and are still valid, and two, it's come on guys, just
how dare they make us have to use words that we use in everyday life?
Yeah,
to describe someone. Like, it's like, okay, all right.
how dare
They're making me say she, her. They're making me say they, them. It's like, you say that all the time anyway. Like, how is that? How's that hard? Like, huh?
I don't. Yeah, no, it is very, very.
You're
dumb.
saying that, you know, our whole, like, you know, LGBT fucking fruitcakes or whatever, but, you know, you're the ones that are complaining about saying a word to describe someone that you use every day. Come on.
Yeah.
Now.
Yep. It's dumb. It's really, really stupid. And mind you, most of this stuff is just what people saying this stuff are like random Twitter losers who don't even play the game, right? They're not the actual players. Like,
they literally have nothing better to do than to actually complain. Like, they're the same type of people that complain about, oh, my gun got nerfed from 45 damage to 43 damage. How is this possible? It's like, oh man, it takes 3 shots to kill someone now. It always took 3 shots, even at 45, bud. Sorry.
exactly.
No,
like,
it's like that one specific thing that they have to do is shoot one more time. Just one specific thing.
Yeah, at this specific distance, it's 4 shots though. It's like, okay, but the gun's not meant to be a long range engagement. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but there's obviously reasons that they nerf things. It's like,
yeah,
like there is that specific scenario that they didn't want to be happening, or something. So it's like, that's why the nerf is there. If you're saying the nerf does nothing, then what's the point of even nerfing it at that point? Why would they even do the nerf? So it's like, I don't know. Like,
I'll put this in the pop out chat, but like it literally in the story mode of the game, like the part of her story mode is her coming to terms with being a girl, and she's literally at the end of it, she literally says, "Yeah, I'm a girl." I'm like,
she's literally an egg. Like, she literally started off as an egg.
Yes.
And then she cracked.
So
you know?
I think it's understandable for some people who may have been like, maybe want to be feminine and not be a girl.
Yeah.
Maybe it's understandable that they're a little mad that they had a character that they related to that they don't relate to as much anymore.
They have plenty of other anime characters they can relate to.
Yeah, but I don't think that's necessarily the I don't think that's the main people who are like complaining.
Yeah, like don't get me wrong.
I think those people like, it sucks, but it's like, maybe they should introduce another character.
Yeah,
that is also relatable in that regard. I don't know.
In that fact, it's like,
sorry, so
you have the female, like you have the femboy and everything.
Mm-hmm.
How many trans characters are there?
That's the thing. There's no trans characters in the game.
There's barely any in anything, really. Right?
Yeah.
Like, so they're becoming more apparent, but, you know, in anime, you know what I mean? In anime, there's plenty of femboys. There's plenty of the T word.
There's plenty of femboy related media. There's plenty of like manga focusing on femboys. In fact, I literally played a femboy visual novel.
So true. It was so true.
It was about a femboy maid cafe with soap. It was like one of the first visual novels I played on stream. But I don't think there are any trans woman made cafes. I think, like, obviously there are like a bunch of visual novels.
No, because they'd probably get destroyed by the fucking society. They'd probably get fucking ran out of business and destroyed because society is shit.
But I'm gonna touch back on something that we talked about earlier. Like, if you wanna say, like, I think I don't like the direction that they took Bridget's character, like, you're allowed to disagree with that, right? You're allowed to say, I like the original design, I liked the original character, I don't like how they changed it, and that's fine. It's a fictional character, you're allowed to disagree. But
some people like the mystery of, like, whether, you know what I mean, like, and then now it's like out there in the public where Bridget's finally made a full decision, you know?
Yeah.
Some people preferred that what's the word I'm looking for?
Ambiguity.
I don't know. Yeah, but not just that. Like that conflict within Bridget themselves, I felt made their character better. Maybe.
Hmm.
Mhm.
But and then there are people like this who are literally just like totally misgendering Bridget for no reason and still copiuming about this character after like several years.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, like I don't get that. That last post you just sent, I think I saw that. I was just like, how the fuck is like, why is that a post? Because
Yeah,
like
Okay.
they literally
Look.
said it in the thing, and they're showing the Guilty Gear like. That's the Guilty Gear artwork of them, right? Not the
Yeah.
Guilty Gear,
The
the
end-
new Guilty Gear.
The
Oh,
only
okay.
thing that bothers me about this post as well is like, obviously they're misgendering, but like when people just say, instead of like your preferred, what you'd prefer to be called, they're just like, oh, you're trans. It's like, yes, I'm female. Like, it's just say, please.
mhm. Yeah.
Like it's like it just because we are, that's not our whole personality type. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? We are proud to be it, but that's not our whole personality.
Unless if it's like relevant to a specific situation, I just
Yeah,
call my
exactly.
trans woman friends woman. They're just woman.
Yeah.
You're just woman. And yeah, and like obviously, like to be fair, in this post, they are absolutely destroying the person who posted this. Being like, literally, she has the androgynous symbol in her hair. Literally calling her a fake fan. Fake fan. It's almost been 2 years. Can you shut up yet? Years later, people can still be normal about a writing team taking a fictional character story in a
Hey, buddy,
direction
you
they
have to
don't
be
like.
quiet because
Go
people
outside.
don't like you.
And like, yeah, it's and then this guy just coping, just like AGP pervert spot, whatever that means.
I'd be careful with scrolling down in this Bridget post just in case
Yeah.
there's.
Yeah.
Hey, look, that's my
Man.
home.
You
Welcome
know?
to Twitter.
Yeah.
Trash can.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird.
Yeah.
So what was you actually want to talk about of Guilty Gear?
Okay. So, I mean, yeah,
Punz?
just as one last thing,
Mhm.
they made this character to show people the struggle in a way that people could easily understand it. And people did not understand it. It was
Yeah.
like literally the easiest way people could explain the struggle. And people are like, huh? It's just like-
Characters change in a game called Guilty Gear Strive,
Character
where
development?
the main character, the main theme of the game, one of the main themes of the game is characters changing. What?
I
No
was just
way.
like, I said to my friend, Guilty Gear Strive, if I did pick up a game like to play, it would be Guilty Gear. And they're like,
Mhm.
oh, is it because of the trans girl? And I'm just like, no.
Guilty Gear is a good franchise. It's very, very fun.
Look, it's not because of the trans girl. It's because of the effort that the developers
like
went
the
through to
art
actually
style,
show a
to be
story
honest.
and the art style, but also
Mhm.
like that they actually
Oh,
gave
yeah.
visibility to the LGBTQ within the game, like fighting, you know?
I wanted to play it, but like it was like full price when I was looking at it, and I don't really play fighting games, so I didn't like bother getting it because like fighting games could be like risky for me getting because it's like, what if I just don't like it at all? Especially getting it at full price. I have played Fighters, Dragon Ball Fighters, but I think I really liked that because it was
game.
Dragon Ball.
Does anyone
I'm
play
waiting.
Soul Calibur?
I mean, I used to main Nightmare a lot.
Was Ivy a trans girl or
No.
no? Okay. Remember that character in lore has both, or is it, or just has
Yeah,
a
no,
cock?
she's a herm. She's a herm.
Herm. Okay.
Catch again.
No. It's,
Yeah, but I like fighters. I played a lot of Blue back in the day. I was a big fighting game person when I was a bit younger in like my high school college years.
I'm
Hmm?
so hyped for Dragon Ball Sparking.
Huh? What's that?
It's Dragon Ball it's not Xenoverse. It's Dragon Ball Budokai Tenkaichi. Sparking Zero is Dragon Ball Z Sparking Zero or whatever. Like it's literally the translation from Budokai Tenkaichi, sort of, or Tenkaichi at least. It's a brand new 3D fighter that like it's like a Xenoverse where like you control your character and fly around the arena and shit.
I was looking for it's like this kind of thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a sec. Oh my god, there was literally a post about it 10 hours ago.
Look.
Ooh. That's gonna be another one of those like 3D
this
fighting.
This is what I'm looking
ones.
forward to. It's a character trailer for Gohan and Piccolo, I think, right now.
Gohan and Piccolo. Pog. Piccolo is my favorite character.
Gohan Kid, Adult,
seconds.
Future Super Saiyan, Trunks Sword, Super Saiyan, Beerus, Whis, Master Roshi, Videl.
Yeah, I like all the lighting effects. I think it looks very good in the game.
This thing is like, I don't know. Did you end up saying what you were going to say about Guilty Gear, Punz?
What did you say so?
Did you end up saying what you were going to say about Guilty Gear?
About which thing? About Slayer?
No, you put a post on the side thing. You said you were going to say something about it.
Oh, I was just gonna say we were talking about Buff Gerald, and that reminded me of that the trailer for the new Guilty Gear character. Well, I guess not returning Guilty Gear character. And he's a buff vampire man. As a big book.
Classic puns. Seeing a vampire man going bug.
Okay, so like I mean, I got my type.
That was
yeah,
like
he's awesome.
I saw a meme that was like when Twilight's changed to a vampire girl and a werewolf girl fighting over an awkward high school boy or something. And it was like Danny DeVito doing the, I get it now. I finally get it. Because fucking, I swear everyone is always like, oh, I don't get Twilight. I mean, I
see, there you go.
But it's like, that's because it wasn't made for guys. It was made for like, well, not guys. It wasn't made for people who were attracted to guys.
Man literally punches his clothes off. I'm sorry, so
it was made for people who were attracted to guys.
Watching this hot vampire man. I totally zoned out everything what you were saying.
Yeah, I phrased everything terribly. Don't worry.
I mean, I read the books in school. They weren't bad, but like the shows definitely were, or the movies were made for an audience.
Mm-hmm.
They were made for teenage girls, like specifically, or people who have like similar interests to teenage girls, I should say. What would be typical of teenage girls, I should say.
They're talking about like
I'm dying at Helldivers. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
I was on mute, so.
You know, you play the YouTube. Oh, I was trying to show off the trailer. I'm sorry, so.
All good. I didn't realize you were showing it.
You're talking about Twilight, correct?
Yeah, no, I was just saying that like I saw a stupid fuck. I gotta have to find the meme for it to make sense.
The Hyperpeace Protocol. Hi. But yeah, this game definitely had an audience in mind. Unlike Guilty Gear, where every character is hot. They literally went in this game, was like, we're just gonna make every character hot and attractive, and have a really cool art style.
They're pretty good music.
True. I also listened to Mila's theme. What's it called again? Oh, not that. That's the Slave playlist. Now's not the time. Epic rock music. Where is it? Where's it? But you know, Guilty Gear, very, very good series. I think Strive would be very easy to pick up. So,
maybe I don't know.
I think it's.
I mean, fighting games you have to practice them. Like,
yeah.
Are you willing to sit in the lab and practice combos?
That's the thing. I feel like I'm not going to be able to pick up a fighting game unless someone was like really into it with me. I couldn't do it on my own.
I guess. Okay, I see what you mean.
So that Danny DeVito meme, I saw that, but it had the text above it. It was like me when someone what did it say? I don't know. I think it said. Did it say me or did it say? I think it said, guys, when they finally realize, or when they finally like, no, guys, if Twilight had a vampire girl and a buff werewolf girl fighting over an awkward high school boy or some shit like that. Because like that's the whole plot, isn't it? It's a vampire guy and fucking a werewolf guy fighting over a awkward teenage girl, right? In high school.
Yeah, pretty much from what I understand.
So if you like just gender swap all those characters, it's like I finally get it now.
Oh my god.
Like
do we kiss the hot vampire girl or the big strong werewolf woman? No,
it was just a stupid meme that I saw. It was such a stupid meme that I saw, but it's like it made sense in my head, and I was like, "Oh, I can see this. I can see why this makes sense." What was I gonna say? Okay, did you see the Bannerlord shit? Oh, Manalord. Fuck, I keep saying Bannerlord. Manalord shit. Did you see all the stuff about that?
All the stuff other than the gameplay, or what do you mean all the stuff?
No, like the fact that it had 1 million fucking sales first day of release, right? Of early access release.
Ooh. Wow.
And like the publisher, they've got like a thing written in their like thing to, like for publishing to say that we are not doing this for profit necessarily. We're doing this for good what was it, strategy games specifically? I don't know. They were just like they had like a specific thing that was like very like pro like developer rather than like making money, you know?
Oh, that's awesome.
And it's like apparently they're also like funding a year after they're gonna like support the developer for an extra year after release. I mean, or something like that, I think. But I don't even think they would need to anymore. This developer's made like a shit ton of money. And this is 1 million sales. It also has what's it called? It has those sales, but it's also on Game Pass. So it's just like the amount of people that can play this game is like insane.
I'm glad.
And it had 100 and devs making games for people. It's a solo dev. It's one person.
Mm-hmm.
Slavic Magic has one person as the developer, and it's just Greg. Greg's the developer.
Greg. Hey, I'm Greg. I make video games.
One person made Mana Lords, yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy because
I mean,
I'm gonna check it out on stream.
Things. He did have things. He did help with have help with things. He hired out people for things like motion capture, and I think a few other things. I'm not sure exactly what, but I know motion capture is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
It's just really cool. It's really cool to see.
Yeah, that was something I was actually going to touch on and ask you your thoughts about Mana Lords, because I was going to check that out on stream later this week, actually. But it sounds
really good.
Sounds to be like the
really,
publisher's nice.
No, it's just really good. Yeah, the publisher's nice. The developers seems really good. Like it's a pretty good situation. And they the thing is, the publisher also let them like delay the game twice, like no issues. Like they could have made a shit ton of money way early on, because this game was like wishlisted to all hell, like way early on, and the publisher could have just said, "Hey, we need to get this game out," and then that person would have been like, "Oh shit, all right, fine, we'll have to release it." But they didn't do that. They were like, "Is it ready? It's not exactly ready. We'll delay it." And
wow,
like it's there was something else. Fuck. I was thinking of something that I forgot. Oh my god. I need to mute people in this game. There we go. I can't think of exactly what it was, but there was something else that I thought was cool. Oh yeah, no. The publisher actually like reached out to the person, and like the person was talking about how good it is to have like a publisher just in general, because like having a publisher really helps with like things like they don't need to like go contact press and all that themselves. They can just what's it called? The publisher like sends out like thousands of emails for them and shit. So it's like just really helpful, like I guess logistically, right? Like
yeah. Oh, so
like the publisher helps so much with just like marketing and all that. Like
yeah, that's what the publisher's supposed to do.
That would take so much time. That would take so much time away from development.
A publisher is supposed to,
especially when you're a solo dev, like it takes so much time away.
Publishers are supposed to like take care of like distribution and marketing and stuff. So here's, I guess, an interesting question is because like I'm in the view that like as a solo dev, you generally don't need a publisher most of the time, because or a smaller team don't need a publisher most of the time, because like most of your marketing should be done via either like I think like streamers or like showing small snippets of the game online on like social media platforms and stuff, right? Because like part of the reason that Power World got so popular was just because of like the trail was there was no marketing campaign behind Power World. There was no big publisher. It was just it's Pokemon did good. It's Pokemon working in sweatshops. What the no way? What's so crazy? And and that alone generated hype for Power World, right? There was no publisher, there was no multi-million-dollar marketing campaign, and like you don't even need a distributor nowadays. Because back in the day, publishers would also handle the distribution part of things, like the part of actually putting your game on a disc and shipping it out to places to be sold. But nowadays, you don't even need to do that. It's all online now.
As a solo dev, you don't need to. You don't need to have, or a small team, you don't need to have a publisher. I mean, it's just helpful in the fact that you don't need to go contacting all the like streamers and stuff. You don't need to like be like super like active with or like vigilant, I guess, on like any like way that shit needs to go. Like you could have someone else handle all that stuff, and then that leaves you or your team to develop the game, which is ideal because you want as much time as you can get. Like if you spend half your time like what's it called, searching through emails and like finding streamers to like advertise your game and stuff, you're like spending that time doing that stuff rather than like developing the game, you know?
Yeah. And this situation, the publisher seems like actually nice and less.
Yeah, that's the only
money-sucking.
issue with publishers is there is a lot of publishers that are primarily going for money, and that obviously is a little annoying. And
Yeah,
it's probably
there are some.
not a benefit for the end product of the game.
Yeah, there are publishers who
while it
want
might
like
be
half the
helpful-
revenue, other crazy things.
Yeah, it's also like I don't know. It's like just like the game will overall not be as good, or maybe the vision will be changed from what the developer originally had, because it's like, well, it needs to fit these specific things that this person wants, or not this person wants, this company wants. You know what I mean? Like some company might be like, oh, you need these microtransactions involved or something. Or they might be like, oh, you have to like, or you can't include this specific thing because we want it to be available in this market that doesn't like, let's say, I mean, usually they come up with a different edition for the Chinese market, but like the Chinese market is also very big in a lot of games, mostly mobile games, but they don't like certain things. So there's like a lot of restrictions and shit that they'll have to like change to actually put the thing on a Chinese market. So it's like, I don't know. It's whether you want those sort of compromises or not in your game. With some publishers.
Yeah. But yeah, I usually
seems like that one's a good publisher though.
Yeah, exactly. They seem like a nice publisher, and I'm glad that they got a publisher that was nice and didn't suck all the money they could out of them. And I'm glad that the game is doing well. I'm glad to see like city builders like that take off and become popular and like
a city builder that is like fucking. A city builder that is a fucking indie thing that's doing a lot better than current city builders is very good for like just current city builders in general, because they're gonna have to like look at that and go like, hey, what do we need to do to like be more like this? Like it, or how can we change to be better than this, you know?
I mean, Baldur's Gate dropped as like one of the best games, and nobody changed to try to be better than that. So
I mean, it's gonna take more than a year for the effects of that to be seen.
I don't think
But-
we'll see effects, honestly.
I think we will see a couple, but I don't. It's minimal. I mean, we are going to see effects to things like people more react to negative things rather than popular things. Oh, not the popular things. People will always state the negative things as the changing things. Because people learn from mistakes, not success, usually. And things like Suicide Squad is going to be like a more effective thing at changing the industry rather than Baldur's Gate doing well. You know what I mean? Like, people will look at Suicide Squad and go, hey, maybe we shouldn't do live service for games that shouldn't be live service, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But obviously,
Oh,
we're still
sorry.
going to see live service. It's just a matter of, are we going to see how much live service are we going to see? We're going to see still an increase, or are they actually going to like fucking
Hi, Prometheus Protocol.
try and fucking what's it called, tone it down a little now that they've realized it's not going to be effective? I don't understand the live service point of view when it comes to like every fucking franchise, because no one has enough time for that. There's not enough people playing video games for there to be a live service game of every fucking game. Right?
Yeah, so that's an interesting thing. I believe the CEO of Netflix said a while back that our biggest competitors aren't other streaming services. They're social media and video games, because everyone has a limited amount of time they can spend consuming media, playing video games, watching movies, all of that. And they are constantly competing for all of that. And with that, realistically, you can only play one of these games that require you to log on daily and do daily quests and do a grind, so that way you can have enough of this resource to upgrade your gun, so you'll be able to do the raid properly and all that. And because
If I only one, try me. I'll get away. I'll throw away my sleep schedule.
Yeah. Okay, maybe you can, Siel, but like if you think of someone like Punz can't. And a lot of the market is, and also you're not like the person they're aiming for. They're not aiming for you. They're aiming for the person with money, the person who has a full-time job, you know? Like, they're not aiming for someone who can't pay them. They're aiming for someone who can pay them. And like with that, those people who can pay are working a lot of the time. So it's like they just genuinely don't have enough time.
The target demographic for like these kind of games to like turn into like whales are single young adults who have a whole lot of disposable income, and they try to get them into, be it mobile games or live service games like that, like Suicide Squad, and just kind of get them to spend a lot of their time playing these games and investing a lot of money into it, because they spend a lot of time and stuff. And yeah, these are the primary demographic for these kind of games. And we could already have enough time for so much. And yeah, I can't. There's so many live service games nowadays, and so many things trying to get to like attract people with only a limited amount of free time, right? And there just isn't enough people to go around. There just isn't enough.
Yeah.
It's not sustainable.
Not enough people, not enough.
Problem is, when Shizuka comes
not
here,
enough
I'm just
time.
gonna like put her in the dog cage, and then she's never gonna leave.
Huh?
What the? Oh,
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 is that you, honey? Is that
yeah,
is that
maybe.
that was.
Attractive being
was
sussy.
Siel clicking on the soundboard.
You gonna get a good stream the context in that one, hun, or
No,
Oh,
there's
you-
no context.
okay. But yeah, no. A lot of this live service stuff is just the publishers and the executives who like, hey, this franchise is
Well,
making a
Okay, a publisher
service.
can't decide fully on making something a live service unless the publisher is the developer, you know? Because like a publisher can't be like, hey, you are making this game. The publisher's more like, you have to make these changes to your game. Right? And they're not going to be like, you have to make changes to make it live service. They might
Yeah, no,
make
they
it
do.
include microtransactions,
They do.
but it's not.
They absolutely do.
Well,
they
I don't-
do.
I don't think. Okay, what kind of game are you talking about then in that instance?
Well,
Because
I'm thinking back to games like Anthem, where like EA requested changes to that game several times during its development,
okay,
and like
EA is the publisher. EA is the publisher.
Yes.
But also, EA owns the BioWare, right? And
Mhm.
that means they're also technically the developer. They own the studio. They're like, I don't know. I wouldn't say that they're the publisher and BioWare is a separate developer. They're kind of a joined thing at that point because they're owned by it. When you have a publisher, you're not owned by the publisher. You're working with the publisher usually, if it's not the same company.
yeah,
Do you get what I'm saying?
I guess I
Like, I
guess
see what you're saying. But I don't
Mhm.
think it's necessarily the same thing. I don't think it's fair to say that the publisher has that much impact unless the publisher and the developer are the same thing. And if the development studio is a studio under the publisher, like actually part of that company, then it's like that company is the developer at that point. I don't know.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, the main point I was getting at is that like these are changes from the top and not from the developers themselves. It's from executives in these companies who are like who want to chase the most recent trends rather than
Yeah.
make a fun video game for people.
Yeah, it's okay. I think it's. I don't know. I just think it's a bad way of phrasing it to say it's the publisher telling the developer that they need to do something. It's the higher ups, but they're also like they own the development company as well. Like it's not like they are making the publisher decisions; they're making the developer decisions as well. You know?
Yeah, like there are different
I don't
types
know.
of Return to the Snails. Like there are very
Snow.
snow. There are different types of publishers and publisher relations where sometimes they're known by the publisher, sometimes there's not. And when there's not, they have a lot less stunt roll. So yeah, no, I see what you're saying, Snope.
Yeah, I just don't think. I don't know. It's a different kind of. It's a different kind of owned by the. I don't know how to phrase everything. Like at all. I just think it's different when it's a company that's like been bought out completely. I don't think you can say like, oh, it's the publisher telling them that to do that. It's the company that owns them telling them to do that. That also can publish because they have enough resources to publish. I don't think it's
Mhm.
you can't just say, oh, EA is the publisher of this game and only the publisher. They own the studio. They literally own the studio that's making the game, you know, or something like that.
Yeah, and that's literally what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
but I'm
know
saying
that's what
you-
you're saying, but like, no, but it's just the way that you phrase this. Oh, the publisher can tell someone to make it a live service game, but I think it's more that the company that owns them, who also happens to publish, not necessarily that they're their publisher. It's just the company that owns them told them that they need to make a live service game, you know? If you're not, you can't be, if you're, it's only if you're owned by the company they're going to tell you that you need to make a live service game, right? It's not ever going to be like you sign to a publisher, it's never going to be that you're signed to a publisher and they're going to tell you, hey, you need to make this a live service. It's only if you're going to be like fully owned, you know?
Well, there are situations where a publisher will offer like a contract to create a certain type of game and will reach out to certain developers to develop it for them. They will be like, we want to create a mobile game for this studio, and they will look for a developer to
just
do it.
You were saying that they were going to make changes to make it a what's it called, a microtransaction game. It wasn't that they're reaching out and saying, hey, would you want to work on this with us? You were saying more that, they will go to the company and the company will say, hey, you need to make it live service. I don't think they're really going to do that, because a developer that doesn't want to do that is going to just say, no, we don't want to do that.
Well, I
feel like that's a live service is something that needs to be like made from the ground up. You can't really turn a full game into a live service game, you know? At least once
definitely.
you're in the stages of wanting a publisher, you're not going to be able to like do it. Because when you're at that stage, once you start marketing the game, like you've already got a solid idea of what the game is going to be, and you can't change it to a live service that late into development, I don't think.
I mean, there are like games where like a live service
really
is just
bad.
like, you can tell that like a live service stuff is added into the game like later on, and it's like very sloppily handled, and like I'm not sure that in an ideal world, Soap, I agree with you. We would have a situation where the requirements are given and business relations are perfect and clean and no one steps on anyone's toes. But I think it is more complicated than that sometimes. And publishers are notorious for kind of overstepping their bounds and asserting a lot of creative control over the game studios they contract with. There have been lots of stories of it over the years.
Yeah, I just don't think the publisher is necessarily making the change to a fucking live service game when it was not a live service game at all, you know? They're not going to like target a company that doesn't want to do it at all. And also, I feel like that's something that would very easily be like something you would include, like, hey, I'm not turning this into a live service. And if you signed a contract where they said, hey, we can force monetization into this as much as we want, it'd be like, not obviously not that wording, but like, if you signed a contract that says that, I mean, you are asking for trouble, you know?
Well, you gotta realize sometimes they don't have a choice, right? They need to make money.
Yeah,
and
I know.
The only way they're going to take that deal is like a lot of companies do try to change the stuff that they get given by publishers, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then the publisher's like, all right, well, I guess we're not just working with you; we're just going to work with someone else, and it's like, oh, you know.
Yeah, and that's what I was getting at. That
like
it's more complicated than just developers will only take projects that they want to do and will not. And the like, it's more complicated than that.
Yeah, it's not just as easy as like, oh, just don't sign, bullhead.
Well, yeah, no, I know that. I'm saying that I just don't think a lot of these games a lot of the games that are live service are by big companies that own the studios that are doing the live service. I don't think there's many indie developers doing live service, kind of because it's like really hard to do, you know?
I
Yeah.
disagree. Making a light, I think so.
Well,
Conceptually, adding
you need
microtransactions
constant
to a game
support.
is like hard. Yeah.
You can't, like, I don't know, full live service. I mean, adding microtransactions to a game, yeah, not that difficult. But I mean, like, trying to like saying, oh, we need this team of like 50 consistently tied up with like doing stuff for the fucking game nonstop, like,
Yeah. No, it's a lot of effort. It's a lot of effort.
Well, it's also the fact of like it's hard when it's that, because they need the extra money then, right? Because it's like these people are working, obviously. They don't work for free. So they need to get paid. And the only way companies get paid usually is by sales of game, right? So
and also live service games, the only ones that companies want to turn into live service are stuff with an already established IP. I would say most of the time. And
like
something
Halo
with an
Infinite
already
multiplayer,
established,
for instance.
yeah, but something with an already established IP is going to be done by a studio that's well known and already owned by a bigger company. So I don't know. I don't think the scenario that fucking what's it called? Destiny, for example. Yeah, and Bungie's a huge company. And they were their own publisher for a little bit, right?
And then they got bought up by Activision and Blizzard, right? And whatever.
Yeah, but like
Then
that's
they came
the
out from
thing.
underneath Blizzard again.
They chose to make a live service game. They didn't get told to. I don't think anyone's being told to make a live service game from their not live service game if they aren't owned by the company, right? I don't think the publisher ever can have that much control if it's just signing to the publisher, you know? Because you've already got the game conceptually planned, and the publisher's not going to like be like, hey, you need to make these changes to like be a live service. They're going to be like, oh, I'm only going to sign the live service game, right? So you would have needed to be doing the live service game from the start anyway. Like, it's such a risk to like not see the live service game, see like a single player game, then say, hey, you need to change your entire thing to be live service because we want a live service game. No, they're just gonna look for a live service game at that point. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's not going to happen that way.
There's definitely good and bad ways to do live service. I feel like Monster Hunter, for instance, does live service well.
I feel like Destiny would have been fine had they not done all the other shit of like, you know, cutting out half the fucking story to like include it later.
Yeah.
I have come to clear my name. Hi, Ada. Hi. All right, Ada's here to clear up the allegations.
Ada, what? Why are you keeping people in cages?
And they mysteriously disappeared. Oh, yes.
I'm like half here, half not. My brain's just
brain is bleh.
I mean, I'm like running on like an hour and like 45 minutes sleep, so
Okay, no worries. Maybe
Well, there
we
was
can
something
end.
else. There's another. Oh, there was also another topic I thought of though that I had.
yeah,
That
talk
I
about
had
it.
in mind. I can't remember what it was though.
Is it live service? Anything to do with live service or anything outside of that?
No, probably not.
What did we already talk about?
I
Let's see,
mean-
we talked about buff guys. Well, buff Gerald. We talk about Guilty Gear. Talk about Bridget. Talk
Honey, I'm
about-
sorry I can't be a buff vampire for you.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay, honey. I will love you and accept you for who you are. even though you can't suck my blood. Okay, I guess
Suck
you could suck my
something else,
blood, but oh,
I
only got one.
don't think Siel said that can't be a what's it called, a vampire, just a buff male vampire.
you could be a buff female vampire. I'll take it. I'll do.
That'll do. That'll do.
That'll do. There's no context. I was flirting with a peanut and making her blush, and it worked. Cute. Who has not immortalized it, and I'm cool with it. No, not.
Siel has now immortalized it.
Okay.
There you go.
Gotcha.
I mean, I think I would have just gone now with an asterisk after it.
True. Now, not is a little confusing for somebody who's
Now, not.
Femboy
already
brain,
has
you know?
trouble. Yeah,
What the?
gathering words.
What the? What the heck? I'm just piecing around the words in my head. I can multitask. I can read with my eyes. While I chase words in
You
my
can
brain.
read with your eyes,
Saying.
honey. Honey,
Holy.
hold up. Halt. Whatever brain process was going on. Can we talk about read with your eyes, which
Brain
implies you read with other things? Hold on. What else are you
What
reading
else
with?
could? Yeah,
My
what
hands,
are
I
the
read
other
Braille.
options here? What are the other options?
I read Braille.
Oh, yeah,
Hands,
that's fine.
fingers.
Yeah.
Fingers.
Holy shit.
Fingers. Okay, fingers, hands, the same thing. Like freaking.
You don't read with your
Hey,
hands. You can
what
say
if
with your hands.
What if you read Braille with your toes? That'd be pretty sick.
I mean,
I could.
yeah, I'm sure somebody
could.
who doesn't have hands and is blind has to read Braille with their toes. Like, if they want to read Braille at least.
I wonder how many people are like that. I wonder how many is the actual number of people who have no
Sooky
hands.
does not want to participate in the
No,
conversation,
sorry.
just singing in the background right now. He's like, da, 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 da.
Yeah, man.
I don't even know what's going on, dude.
You got the silly brain.
Fried rice and steak.
Ugh. Yum, 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 yum.
Why is it fried rice and steak? Do you eat steak with fried rice? So we don't eat fries?
I'm having cheesy rice for dinner tonight. Garlic cheesy rice
Ooh.
with garlic bread. And just like yum yum yum.
I love garlic bread. Do you put cheese on your garlic bread,
I like
Sooky?
garlic bread.
Well, that's what the cheesy rice is for.
What about cheese and
Oh.
bacon? Okay, we had a conversation
Mhm.
about chicken palmies like a while ago, and I only
Palmer or
just found out
Palmy?
palmy. That's palmy. That's palmy.
Mrs.
Yeah,
Palmer and her
you're saying
5
it wrong.
daughters.
You're getting it wrong if you say Palmer. All right.
I love
No,
visiting Mrs.
see-
Palmer and her $5.
That's what like everyone used to say when you jacked off. It was like,
Yeah.
you know, you're talking with Mrs. Palmer and your 5 daughters. Huh? What?
The fuck. Anyway, I think we talked about it a while ago, and you're all saying like, "Oh, why do you guys say it like that?" and all that. It's actually spelled completely different than how you guys like. You guys
Yeah.
talk about chicken palms and shit. Yours are chicken.
We call it Parmesan.
Parmesan.
Like Parmigiana. Like that's what ours.
Yeah, ours is actually spelled like completely differently. It's not a chicken parmesan. It's a chicken parmigiana. Like it's literally spelled completely different. I have to find the spelling because I saw
It's
it.
in
I saw
chat.
it
I just
spelled
typed
full.
it in Twitch chat. That's what it is.
Oh.
Oh.
Why do you guys say it that way? That's weird.
That's how we spell it. Like it's like written like that.
It's like how like all Americans are wrong because they say aluminum.
Yeah. It's just actually spelled differently in both
Aluminium,
like
you know,
things.
you say it how
No,
it's
but
spelled.
like our thing is also a different thing. Our thing
Yeah.
has like chips underneath instead of spaghetti or whatever the fuck.
We
it
have
is.
we have chicken parma. We have chicken parma here, but we also have chicken parmy.
Parmy. Parmy. So what's the difference between parm and parmy?
Well, oh, your chicken parm is
Ham, cheese,
What's
and
it called?
chicken, right?
well,
Well,
ham, cheese, and chicken, but you got spaghetti underneath, right?
Yeah, like it's spaghetti or pasta.
Yeah. Ours is chips underneath, right?
Yeah.
We put ours on top of the chips. And the debate here is between if you say it chicken parma or chicken parmy, right? It's a very common debate, but people know which one you mean either way. It's just people like to argue about it because it's trivial and it's just an argument that people like to have.
Yeah, it's because the base of it is chippies, right? Like it's like sometimes we call hot chips chippies.
Okay, no. What are you? Wait, what do you mean debate?
So this is how I learned like how to say parma and parmy, right? It's like you have pasta underneath the parma, and you have chippy under the parmy.
Okay. Yeah, but
That's how I was taught it.
I don't think anyone here has pasta underneath it. I think at least it's not very common unless you maybe go to like an Italian restaurant.
Yeah, I know.
Or something.
That's how I always distinguished it.
I don't know. That's interesting.
It's like the chicken parmy burger is so good because it's like the chicken and the ham and cheese, but then like the chips on the bottom as well, like in a burger. It's so good.
You guys have chips on a burger?
Yeah, I was gonna say you guys have fries on your burgers. We do that in the U.S. sometimes too,
don't.
but I don't like them. Nay, Nessie, nay.
Yeah.
Also, hi, Yuki.
Night, Nessie. Hi, Yuki. I had an energy drink and I was hoping it'd wake me up, but it has not hit me.
Is this the time to pull up the skeleton chair meme? Was that on the podcast or was that Doki Doki where I pulled up the skeleton chair meme?
I think it was the podcast.
Okay,
I remember. I think Siel laughing at you.
Yeah, that's Sooky. That's you right now, Sooky. You're the skeleton.
It was the podcast with. It was the podcast
Where's
with.
the skeleton? What's the skeleton?
Tay, wasn't it?
Huh?
Yeah, it was the one with Tay. We're just.
I don't see anything, by the way. Like,
Oh,
my
no,
fucking 7 TV's dog shit.
Well, let me see if I can scroll
Did
up
you
and
see
find
how bad? Did you actually see how bad What's It Called's doing now? How bad Suicide Squad's doing?
Oh yeah, it's rough. It's they have less
And,
players
like-
than what was the game?
Marvels, the
Yeah.
Marvel one.
Yeah, the Marvel one, the one that's like isn't getting updated anymore.
Yeah,
Crazy.
and that game was dog shit. Like, what the fuck?
I know, right? Oh my god, that game was just a buggy, boring mess.
I am not excited for fucking. Apparently, there's a Assassin's Creed fucking Assassin's Creed what's that game? Live service game
Unity?
coming out.
Ah,
No, not Unity. It's like Assassin's Creed Infinite or something. And it's like I don't want that like at all.
then don't play it.
Yeah, but that's the thing. They're wasting resources on something that's like.
I mean, when was the
You
last time
know.
they made a game that you actually want to play? Does it matter if the company goes under at this point? No.
I have wanted to play every single one, but like, I have wanted them to be better than they are. I wanted them to make positive changes to what they're doing, but they haven't made a single positive change, it seems like, to anything.
Yeah. I feel like Ubisoft has Ubisoft has only gone downhill from back in Assassin's Creed from its glory days. You develop Bethesda games to enjoy them. Over probably the guy standing. Oh my.
I did not
It's
say
just
that.
that
Although
type of
I have enjoyed Bethesda games without.
It's just like
modding
the
them,
way that
but
picture is. It just reminds me of that sort of statement.
Let me show you guys what we're talking about. I'll show stream. Sooky just posted this guy the I'm saying he's something unpopular guy to that.
now there are Bethesda games that I have enjoyed without mods, but like they are 100% more enjoyable with mods.
Unfortunately,
Fallout 4,
New Vegas you can only play with mods.
No,
Really?
I played it without mods. I played it without mods.
I've tried to play New Vegas and it does nothing but run like shit, crash every fucking loading screen.
I had a $600 laptop that was like the worst laptop in my grade, and I could still run New Vegas on that. So
How often did it crash?
I don't know. I don't know. I can't remember, but I remember having a lot of fun. So surely it wasn't too often.
Nope. Thinking the crashes are part of the game, like well, it's just like it's just built
Part
in,
of the
man.
experience. So
Yeah.
it's
It's not a bug.
Maybe
it's
I'm
a
just-
feature.
Like I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I actually don't get it. I don't get why so many people have so many like crash issues with New Vegas. It
It's
just
because it was a game that was made in a year, Soap, on old ancient ass
but, like,
hardware.
I
That's
haven't had that many issues with it. The only
yeah,
time
because
I
you were
had
playing
lots
it
of
on an
issues with
ancient
it-
laptop.
No, it wasn't an ancient laptop. It was actually a new laptop with the shittest hardware you could get in it.
Yeah, so it was a shitty laptop.
No, well, that's not the no, that's not the case.
Just because the laptop's $800 and has shitty hardware, and it doesn't mean
No,
it's
that's
Well,
the
that's
thing.
actually
that's the
no.
thing.
So that's actually like a thing. The shittier your hardware, the older it is closer. The older the hardware, the closer it is
closer
to that
it is to the
time that the
original.
game was
No,
made.
exactly. Oh, no, not it was shitty hardware because it was low
Old.
end. No, it wasn't old. Look, oh my god, it had like it was Core i3, right? But it was like fucking that's Core i3. It's bad hardware, but it was modern, but it was bad. Everyone else had like a Core i5. I had a Core i3. That was like it was the modern thing, but it was that, and then it had like I don't think it had a fucking it didn't have a what's it called? It didn't have a SSD. It had a hard drive, right? So it was like slow, just in that regard. And then it was maybe fucking what's it called? Maybe Fallout New Vegas is made for hard drives. Then I don't know. Maybe that was the issue because I don't know. But it also had like 4 gigabytes of RAM or some shit. It was fucking low. It was a low amount of RAM. But like all these things are like not old things. It was just shit hardware kind of things, right? It wasn't like I don't know.
Yeah. So your laptop wasn't old, just like how the PS4 is new,
It
right?
wasn't.
What
It genuinely
i3 was it?
wasn't old.
What i3 was it?
Yeah,
I
which
can't
i3 was?
tell
That's another
now.
question.
I can't tell now, but like I remember at the time looking at it and being like, "Oh no, this isn't like it wasn't old." Okay, trust me, it wasn't old. It was a brand new laptop from the shop, and this is in like 2017. So it wasn't like I don't know. It definitely wasn't fucking what's it called? It definitely wasn't like a what do you call it? It was a laptop being shit kind of thing. Just shit hardware, not old hardware, just the lowest possible you could get at the time.
So
Sold overpriced as well. What the fuck? That was so dog shit. Like, I had the same processor as someone else who had like a fucking $400 laptop, and their laptop run better than mine. Like,
when was New Vegas released? Hold on.
it was released in 2011, something like that.
2010.
Fallout
Yeah.
3 is. Yeah, okay. So I think Fallout 3 was 2009, so it's probably 2010.
It ran on Vista.
Yeah. Exactly. It's not like this laptop was fucking. I don't think it was Windows 10. I think it was Windows.
Well, Windows 7, Vista, and XP.
I think it was Windows. Well,
Is what it was. System requirement.
when was Windows 10?
Navigating the allegations. So
When did Windows 10 release? 2015? Okay, so it was probably Windows 10 actually. Because I remember it wasn't like old software either, and that's probably the issue. Like, if I had older software, it probably would have been better, especially with the RAM amount. I think that was my biggest issue. It was just that my RAM wasn't high enough on that laptop for a lot of things. But New Vegas doesn't actually require a lot of RAM, so it ran fine. I actually found Minecraft harder to run than New Vegas. Is that weird to say?
Nah.
no.
I'm just looking through, and it's just like, for its time, that's probably the best one because it's like the CPU or whatever you had, all the graphics or whatever.
I
was
don't think
closest
so.
to
I don't know because
firmware
that's the
that
thing.
ran
The architecture of the CPU would have been the same architecture as the higher level ones. It's not like the architecture is any different. It's the just the core count that's different. It's it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense why so many people are like to me. It doesn't make sense that so many people have so many issues with it when I haven't had many issues with it at all. I just don't know what's going on.
It's
Well,
because
here's
it's run. The people are trying to run it on an OS that has issues running.
I have played it on Windows 10.
Yes,
I played
and
it on
Windows
Windows
10 was very backwards compatible with the other Windows OSs.
And you're saying Windows 11 is what people are having issues with? People are complaining about it since Windows 10. I recall people complaining about it on Windows 10.
People are complaining about it since Windows 8, to be fair. But
Yeah.
Windows
People have been
10 for some
complaining about it
reason-
since launch. And I haven't had that many issues with it. I just don't get how so many people had issues.
It's just how many more things that people have together. It's like you can never test every single combination of hardware with video games.
Exactly.
And
Like,
that's why someone will play Monster Hunter World and they can't play for shit because it's broken and doesn't work for some reason. And then some dude who has
let's go.
And someone that has a NVIDIA instead of an AMD card now, it works for them perfectly, nothing wrong, even though both the cards run exactly the same, have the same specs, basically, all that kind of shit. Like, it's just, it's just all the different combinations of software, firmware, hardware, all that kind of stuff that really fucks with it. And New Vegas, for some reason, is very picky on what between it has. And unfortunately, a lot of people seem to have the same stuff when they're having the same issues.
Yeah, like
Mhm.
both things can be true, Soap. You can be having no issues
Well, I
at
haven't had
all
an
while
issue
other
with
people are having
high
issues.
end or low end. I've gone through multiple like different
Well, then you're very lucky.
things,
Yeah, you could just be
and I've
lucky.
never had issues.
You could be an outlier.
I'm assuming I am, but like,
It's like Cyberpunk. I only ever had issues with Cyberpunk, so I never touched the game
like
again.
I never had any issues with Cyberpunk.
Yeah,
I have a lot of issues with video games when it comes to like glitches in the game, but when it comes to like actual crashes, I always like feel like I'm like lucky and don't have many crashes.
Well, it's not so much crashes. It's also like just game-breaking bugs that happen because of the game itself.
Well, that shit happens to me all the time. But like that shit happens to me all the time in any game. The only game that there was a point in time like on PlayStation where it was like everyone was being like, "How the fuck do you break every single game?" Because I had broken like so many games.
Yeah, I know
And
how
then
that
fucking
goes.
Ghost of Tsushima, that shit. I played that. I was like, holy fuck. Like a game that genuinely didn't have any issues. Like, I had zero fucking issues with that game. It was so well polished.
Yeah. Speaking of Ghost of Tsushima, when's that releasing on Steam?
That was one of the things I noticed when I played it. I was like, this game is like flawless when it comes to like fucking like stability and like fucking just any sort of glitches. There wasn't even like funny glitches. Like there was just like nothing. I'm so glad it's coming to PC. I'm so glad so many people are gonna play it. Oh my god, I'm actually I want to re-get it just so I can talk to people about it. Like
I'm glad that
Yeah,
Sony's
it
gone
comes
to
out
the
in
practice
16
of.
days. 16 days and the game's
Let's
out.
go. I'm glad Sony's gone to the practice of like actually porting games to PC now, instead of like 5-10 years ago where they absolutely refused to
I
port
feel
stuff to
like
PC.
what they should have done is they should have made their own like launcher or something.
They were like live service thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Apparently,
No, not live service. Wait, not live service. Like Steam, something like Steam or like
they're on like store.
Yeah.
I don't know. People didn't
Or
like
Battle.net or
when EA made Origin.
didn't
and
like
stuff.
Yeah, people didn't like that. But that's the thing. Sony like already has their stuff all exclusive to console. If Sony was like, hey, we're gonna bring our stuff to PC, but we're putting it on our launcher, I feel like people were like, oh, that sucks. But then they'll be like, oh well, I mean, it's not like we're gonna play it any other way. And I feel like Sony would have made a lot more money from that. Would they not have?
Yeah, well, see, that is a difference between like Origin or Epic, for instance. That's literally a console exclusive platform.
Yeah.
Being brought to PC, making it less exclusive, but only exclusive to the Sony launcher itself. So that's like, you would never be able to play those games otherwise without that. So I don't think people will complain about it as much as they would with Origin.
It's not like you're taking anything away; you're providing something more. Whereas the other way, it's like all the EA games were coming out on Steam, and then they were like, now we're moving it to our own platform, and it's like, well,
and then they came back to Steam anyway.
Yeah, because they were like, oh, people fucking hate our platform. And it was like, yeah, people don't like things being in multiple locations, just generally.
I mean, it's a hassle, right?
Yeah.
It's like, you think about it every day. Do you put your phone and your wallet in the exact same spot every time you come home?
No.
No.
I do.
I try to.
For the most part, I do, but like it's multiple different spots.
Are you bothered by other launches?
Not really.
There you go. So it doesn't bother you because you don't do, the whole wallet and stuff in the same spot every day. I hate other things like Epic Games Launcher and Origin and stuff because I like putting my wallet and phone in the same spot every time I get home. Siel,
I would rather.
Do you like other launches like Origin and Epic?
Fuck no.
There you go.
I would rather everything didn't have a launcher and everything I could just like install
Directly.
as like its own thing, or buy directly from the developer.
Just like in the old days with CDs, where you just literally put the
If
CD
I-
and install the game.
If I
and then you just launch from your desktop.
could buy directly from the developer, I choose to buy directly from the developer because like
A game
I
organizer would be good. Like an actual thing that's not a launcher, just an
Well,
organizer. where
GOG
it, like,
was trying to do that.
Yeah.
GOG was signing things with Epic to have you just open GOG and you can launch your Epic games from GOG, right?
Mhm.
So you could have it all in just one location. But I'm not sure if they continue pursuing that or not, because I don't think it took off that well. But it's a cool idea, and I wish it had been like fully implemented with like Steam and stuff, because that would be really easy. But at the same time, I mean, I can't just organize my games. I have like it doesn't bother me with things like Skyrim or Stalker Anomaly that I can just like launch. I can just find their location and launch them, or have like a shortcut on my desktop, or like a folder with all the games in it. Like,
I hope Stalker 2 is good.
me too.
Yeah.
To go back on the CD
And allows
thing,
modding support, please.
sure, that was like nice, but like, who here had to deal with CD keys? Like on CD sleeves? Anyone?
Oof.
Well, yeah, it's just like I don't mind if you can just instantly install it to your PC and
Well, see, that's the
and
thing.
not need to-
Anti-consumer stuff is always an issue. Those CD keys are anti-consumer. Like, if there were, there's all stuff to like make sure you didn't pirate games and shit, and that stuff always got avoided. Like, people always got around it anyway. So it's like it was only there to
they
make
cracked
it
it,
more
right?
difficult for like the first part, the launch of the game. But like realistically, it didn't have long-term effects. It only had like short-term effects for people pirating, but it had long-term effects for people trying to like just play the game, because you'd always have to fucking, I don't know, you'd have to fucking enter your fucking thing if you wanted to download it and play it, or install it and play it, I guess. Because most of the time it's all on the disc back in the day, right? Right? I don't know. I didn't use.
Oh.
I didn't play PC games at the time. I just heard stuff, and I definitely saw someone talking about that stuff and how it's like it was there, and it was there to try and make sure people didn't pirate it, but pirates get around it anyway, and it only affects the actual consumer in the long run, which is kind of sucky, honestly.
Arg. I remember that there were some older games, like DOS games, where like you would have to like it would like ask you for a code in the manual,
Yep.
or something like that.
One of
Or
the most famous ones I got that up in my head, it was it had a series of, I think, some type of vehicle. It was either like a ship, like a starship, or like a car or
I
something.
saw
Mhm.
the specific thing I was thinking of was the developer of the original Fallouts. He was talking about stuff like that, and about pirating and all that. And apparently, like any anti-pirating measures only hinder the game in the long run, because if people can pirate the game, or if people can't afford the game, they're gonna pirate it. If they can get it the legit way, that's usually the easiest way to get it, and people usually pay for the convenience.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people are going to like not buy the game if they can buy the game, if they can afford to buy the game, and they can get it easily from like a store page.
Yeah.
They're going to get it that way.
A lot of the time, poor people, if they had the money, would have bought it. You know.
Yeah, they would have bought it had they had the money, and if they if they either have the choice between like, well, even if there's like, what's it called? I don't know. if pirating was like, I don't know. A lot of people just, I think pirating is just like not
as bad as everyone thinks.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's free
also a lot of
advertising as well.
Mhm.
A lot of countries that also don't have the game published there or whatever. The game gains, or any media gains, a lot of popularity from what's it called? Gains a lot of popularity from pirating, because that's the only way to get it in that like country or whatever.
Mm.
And that was also a thing for music. I saw a thing like Dave Grohl, right? He was talking about how he doesn't give a shit if people pirate like music that he's like been a part of or whatever, even if it means like less money in like the long run, because a lot of the time, what's it called? People in like certain countries aren't gonna be able to get the like legit physical like disc release, or aren't gonna be able to buy it because it's just not available in their country. So they have to end up pirating it to get it in that country. And
at the end of the day, they're enjoying music.
That means, and that means when they go and tour that country, people are already going to know them, even if they haven't released anything there. It's like, well, look, it made us more popular there.
Again, it's free advertising.
Yeah, a lot of times people only pirate stuff when they can't get it legit.
It's usually people who cannot afford it and stuff, and it's usually the people that can't afford it that need that extra thing in their life, usually as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, piracy is definitely not a big deal, I think, and like as big of a deal as some companies make it out to be. It's
because I can guarantee those people that bought it, that pirated it, would, like, in the future, if they come across like money and like actually get stable income and stuff, they're going to buy your stuff from then on, because they don't have a bad taste in their mouth from you banning them from anything because you pirated or whatever, right? But, like, these guys are pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously it does suck.
It does.
There are a few instances where it's like
it's a double-edged sword.
There are a few instances that it's like a small developer or whatever, and you like pirate their stuff, and then it's like, well, now they can't what's it called? Now they lose a little bit of money out on that. But it's like, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Small developers are usually pretty consumer friendly, in the fact that if it's a cheaper, they usually sell it cheaper. Like Manor Lords, that game isn't even full price, and on early access release, it is 70, not 70. I was gonna say 75, 25% off. I'm pretty sure. It's just pretty good, honestly. It's pretty good.
That's like the game, The Isle, that I play, right? They're still in early access and stuff and working on it constantly, and they're pretty transparent with what they're doing with it. In their Discord and all that, they have roadmaps and so on. And when they have issues with the thing, they'll be like, we're just trying to figure out how to get this to work currently, because we got it working last time and then it just stopped. And, and then that way the community, if anyone knows how it works, they can go, oh, have you tried doing this? And they're like, oh, cool, yeah, we can do that. But it's more so the case that when I bought the game, it was $10. Like, not on special or anything. They set the price to $10. They literally set it really low. And then they said, when we fully release this game, though, the price is going to go up. So you better get it while you can, sort of, The
people who seem to be more concerned about piracy are the big companies, and they set their games at like fucking $100 AUD. So it's like fucking, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. As Gabriel said, if you provide a bit of how's the quote go? The easiest way to stop piracy is not by putting anti-piracy technology to work. It's by giving those people a service that's better than what they're receiving from the pirates. And that means providing them not only a good service, but providing it at a actually good region-based price. Because I know there's a bunch of countries, like I think Brazil was notorious for this, where like publishers would not change their price for Brazil at all, and a lot of people from Brazil would pirate a lot of games. And then but companies that did implement like region pricing for Brazil, they got a bunch of sales in that country because people could actually afford it. Like they would stop pirating.
It's also adding the option, right, where you're just like, family sharing.
Mhm.
Steam was so good adding the family sharing function because it's like it gives people a chance that can't afford things to actually play stuff, you know? And then eventually they're like, I can't play while my friend's playing the game, like if they're deciding to play it. Like Dragon's Dogma 2, let's just use that as a reference. If they're playing Dragon's Dogma 2 and their friend gets home from work and goes, all right, well, I'm going to jump on now and play Dragon's Dogma 2. This person's played it and they know they like it. And they're like, as soon as I get enough money or paid, I'm buying this game. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's giving a platform for those with less, you know.
Yeah. Oh, I think I know what I was trying to say earlier. Yeah, the people who pirate when like the people who pirate because they can't afford it were never just going to be able to buy it in the first place. So it's like I don't know. It's kind of weird to be like, oh well, they need to get money to buy it because I think it's like, well, they were never going to be able to get that because it might be like, I don't know, might be someone living paycheck to paycheck, you know?
Yeah. Haha, hee
I wonder who someone that would be.
I wonder who.
Yeah. Yeah. Pirates do be parroting Prometheus. That puts a cap in that conversation.
What?
Let's see. Anything else?
Anything else? Docket?
Oh yeah, that's right. I finally am free from my shadow ban in TikTok. I figured out how to free myself. So apparently a couple of my videos on my TikTok were marked as not available for the For You page, and it just did not tell me. And then I deleted those videos, and then I uploaded, and then so I did two things, right? I deleted those videos. One of those was the re-upload of the mold story soap. I deleted that, and then I created. I took my clip, I downloaded it onto my phone, and then I uploaded TikTok via my phone to the desktop app. And then suddenly, this clip that I didn't think was even all that good because I didn't have captions or anything like that or any kind of editing, it got 200 views. So I guess that was it, or it was just tired of shadow banning me after a while, because like I was hanging out with Octo in a Discord call, and he told me, "Oh hey Punz, I saw your TikTok today," and I was like, "Oh, you actually saw it?" Because like even like my friends on TikTok weren't seeing my videos like at all, and now it's just like, okay, well I'll let people see your videos now.
Know which one? Since you did two things, how are you gonna know it's what's it called?
I know it wasn't a perfect scientific experiment. But
yeah, you can't change two variables at once. What the fuck? That's not how you do it.
I know it's not proper science. It's not proper science, but at least we have a lead in the future for if I'm ever shadow banned again.
I wouldn't say that you're not. You should probably upload more things and see. Like you can't just upload one and say, "Oh, it's working now."
Yeah.
It could just be like a random thing pushed by the algorithm for no reason. Because the algorithm can do that.
Yeah. The algorithm does work in mysterious ways.
Ways.
Ways. It's like an almighty God
Way.
that we bow to and revere for some
Way.
tiny chance of acknowledgement. Have you prayed to the almighty algorithm today?
What are you gonna do when TikTok gets banned in like 9 months?
Um,
What are videos?
I don't know.
Instagram Reels.
Instagram Reels time, baby.
Honestly, that wouldn't be a bad
Hopefully my voice
solution.
isn't echoing too much.
In the cave.
Sooky, did you relocate your computer to a cave? It is echoing a little
I've
bit.
got a wireless headset and I'm in the laundry room, putting laundry in the washing machine.
Guys, please, someone send a rescue team to the well that Sooky lives next to. Please, she's stuck in there. Please,
Those
we
little
need her.
Help, help, help.
I mean, you don't need to do the fake echo.
Listen.
It's supposed to be a ban, right? For that right now. Okay, so Biden signed the law that would force TikTok to either be sold from its parent company or be banned in the U.S. So TikTok may not be banned yet, and the company that owns TikTok can appeal is going to try to appeal the decision in court, of course. So it's not a confirmed yes, it's definitely going to go away, but like the bill has been approved by everyone basically that it needs to happen. So it could still be around. It might not, but like action has been taken. Like the bill went through the House, and Biden signed it. So like
honestly, I wouldn't care if like TikTok got banned. Like I don't use TikTok. And
that's also just bad. Like it's just privacy wise,
Yeah.
TikTok is fucking dog shit, dude.
Oh yeah.
Nothing is good. Nothing is good privacy wise if you're talking about any social media.
Yeah, but TikTok
That
is
is also
even
true.
worse than everything else.
I don't know. Like if you look at Facebook,
That is pretty bad.
they were pretty fucking bad. What was the thing they found out? They found out they were selling data to who? Was it? Or they were? They were taking
marketing.
shit. They were using it for marketing, and they were also
Yeah.
stealing data from like fucking Snapchat and shit. Like,
Yeah.
they're fucking Facebook's terrible, and Facebook owns Instagram, and Instagram Reels and YouTube Shorts are like the next like thing after what's it called? After TikTok. Like those are the next closest competitors.
Yeah.
So like if TikTok does go away, those ones are the ones that are gonna gain traction. And YouTube, well, I wouldn't say it's as bad as like well, it isn't as bad as TikTok. It's still not great, obviously. Like anything that like I don't know, everything is like bad. It's just why I don't care about anything at this point. Like everyone has all my data regardless. Like it don't matter.
We're talking about the TikTok ban now and we're discussing like how like Facebook is kind of just as bad as a lot of things TikTok is being accused of. And I was looking to be what Maddie said, that like the problem with the forced bail isn't kind of privacy because there was a government official that said one of the reasons for the ban was because there's a lot of pro-Palestinian messages being sent on the platform and stuff like that, and they said that was one of the reasons for the ban, which is like, you know, that the government's doing that because of that. But yeah, but the main point we're trying to get is that like TikTok is just as bad as Facebook. They're on the same levels as bad. So like, it's,
I mean, it's like you want the bad do you want the bad company that's owned by like a foreign company, or do you want the bad company that's owned by American people? It's like, it's both fucking bad.
Is solely the foreign to nationalistic monopoly and tech companies.
I mean, everything's
Sooky
owned by
still uses
redacted
data
and
China.
redacted anyway in the world. So
In these cases, TikTok is the algorithm delivering extremely well-tailored content to people, which is exactly what they want without even knowing it. YouTube Shorts and YouTube in general is absolutely dog-ass in content delivery.
I find that Instagram Reels is way more. I prefer the content I find on Instagram Reels over TikTok most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
I tried TikTok a couple times now, and it's just the algorithm didn't start to work for me. It just didn't do anything. It's like, it was just dog shit. I know it takes a long time, but it's like, I don't know.
To give context to everyone, Ada literally does work at TikTok, and so he does know a lot about how it works.
I tried to let it. It just took too long. It just took too long. I don't want to look through dog shit content for as long as I was.
I will say that algorithm did seem to be fairly good at figuring out my niche when I started posting on there. I did see a lot of people who followed me had bi or gay or trans icons in their profile pictures, or like that they like VTubers and stuff, which does definitely fall under the intended audience. From a me posting content perspective and finding out who likes my stuff, I guess.
Smile.
My own. But yeah. Oh yeah, Ada. I don't know if you were there for this, but I shadow banned myself. There were 2 videos that were marked as not for the For You page. I deleted those 2. And then I uploaded a new clip via the mobile app. I downloaded it onto my phone and then uploaded it through the mobile app. And to see if one of those 2 changes would fix it, and it looks like that did it.
Mm.
Another thing, the version of course. Yeah, of course. It's just important to provide people that context that you do that he you
could
do
be biased opinions.
Yeah, but the biased opinion. There you go. That's what I was looking for. Yeah. If the video says it's not appropriate for the For You page, that's where 99% of content is discovered. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was interesting because like I had friends who like hadn't seen my TikToks for a while suddenly saw the new TikTok because I was like shadow banned for like 2 weeks. So, like it wasn't even like showing up to my friends while I was shadow banned. Like very, 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 very interesting. But yeah, it was weird. One of the things that was marked for not For You page was for like low quality or like content, and it was just a normal clip of me playing buckshot roulette. Like there's no cursing or anything like that. It was just just nope, not for You page.
Scary gun.
But I like my other buckshot roulette.
Suicide game.
Yeah, I liked my other buckshot roulette clip.
The game of life.
Out of TikTok is free against cursing adult content. 'Cause even saying shit can get it blocked. That's weird because like a lot of have any of you guys seen the trend recently where like it's like the AI
I'm so
voice
sorry.
where it's like no you guys are fine where it's like this fucking animal is so stupid and it's like this is the fennec fox or
This
whatever.
fucking animal is so
Me with
stupid.
horses.
Do you guys know what trend I'm talking about? That has
No.
been so popular on TikTok recently, and it's like it's the caption. It's like an AI. It's like one of the popular AI generated AI voices, like speech to text voices.
The only one I notice is like, if you see this animal, do not touch it. You know, and it's like what? Like does that music
A
thing?
couple times I've booted up TikTok just to like watch something Punz has sent me, and like
Mhm.
obviously you like end up on the like front page, right?
Mhm.
It keeps giving me these weird like national or like regional like horrors, not like horror stories, but like scary stories about like indigenous tribes or like scary tales, but like with like children voices talking over it and like AI renders, and it's weird.
I think I know what you're talking about. I've seen a couple of those as well.
It's always the first thing, always on TikTok when I go to the front page. So they must be pushing it like stupidly hard.
Yeah. There do be a lot of AI generate AI like AI voiceover
AI.
stuff.
Honey, I'm gonna need you to reboot. The robotic side of you is showing. This is so sad. Can we get 10 subs to buy Punz a new RAM stick?
Yes, guys, please. I need the money to download more RAM.
Ram this stick.
Huh?
How many gigabytes you reckon you got?
He's got about at least 1.5.
1.5
gigabytes?
Yeah.
Give some
Yeah, all
subs,
my
you
Firefox
corners. My
tabs.
dad needs a new brain.
I'm not talking about RAM for your computer. I'm talking about RAM for you, you goddamn robot.
What the?
Boop, boop, beep, boop.
How do you know I don't have Firefox running
Didn't
right
even
now?
pick up on it. Didn't even pick up on it.
What do you mean? I said I maybe I'm running Firefox internally. You don't know.
Right. That's why you're so slow.
What the?
Nah, Firefox has gotten better than it was originally. The fucking claims about Firefox being slow was like a thing when it was fucking first.
Yeah.
But it was first around.
Oh yeah, I like using Firefox. Firefox has been pretty good to me. I have had no regrets swapping off of Chrome. I'm trying to find an example of the TikTok I was
I don't
talking
know.
about.
I should swap off Chrome, but like, I don't know.
You're gonna
I've
have
already
to
got,
eventually
like-
if you use ad blocker because they're.
I don't use AdBlocker. I do use AdBlocker, but it doesn't bother me anymore. I just have
Funny.
AdBlocker as like a legacy thing. I don't really use it.
Honey, I don't have any jam for this peanut butter and jelly peanut butter sandwich I have. Can I put jammy on it?
What the? That's our child. You can't just eat our child.
Oh well.
Yeah, but if I did, what flavor would it be? Strawberry?
Yeah, strawberry.
Seems like strawberry, yeah.
Okay.
You say strawberry jam. You will grow back. Lives grow back.
Yeah, if I just save like a tiny bit of him, right? Like, you know, he'll grow back.
Don't slimes grow from like eating other things? Isn't that like law? Isn't that
Yeah.
like slime law?
Oh, he goes from
Slime
eating the
lore.
strawberries.
I mean, yeah, isn't that like how slimes work? In most instances, they like eat things and then they get bigger.
If I cut off 98% of jammy and left 2% and then fed that 2% like grapes, would he be grape then, or like?
I don't know. I wonder. I don't actually know how a strawberry slime is like born. Is it like a nature thing, or is it like do slimes change based on their environment? Is it like a? How does this work, Jamie? How do you work? Were you if we feed you a bunch of blueberries, will you become a blueberry slime?
Come.
Thank you, Jamie.
It's a cum slime.
Informative.
You gotta
What's
come in the
the-
slime.
What the? No, I don't think.
So
I don't
true,
think we
Jamie.
need. I don't think we need to come slime. I don't think we need to come slime.
Honey, can we get a white version of Jamie? No reason.
What the? What? I don't know. Seems like to me like there's a reason. Seems like to me that there's a reason.
I don't
and
think there's a
I
reason.
Like it. I don't know about that.
Honey, our son just wants to be a gooner. Let him have a white version of himself, you know?
He can be a gooner without himself becoming white.
Hmm.
Why would he become white as a gooner? Like it's the stuff coming out of him wouldn't be white. It would be like strawberry.
Mhm.
I'm a
colored.
startled god with
Mhm.
1,000 maws yearning to consume your reality. Every moment here is agony as I seek the end of all things. Come.
So true, Jamie. So true. Is he? Are you saying? Ribbon, stop speaking in Jamie's voice. Schizo. Huh? Also, honey, I swapped to that extension you told me to swap to. I swapped from 7TV to that one, and it's missing some of the emotes on in the stream manager.
I think you need a plug-in. Ask Dan. Dan's been the one converting everybody.
Siel was
The way you said that, I think you need to plug in.
I think you need a plug-in. I said a plug-in.
Yeah,
no, it
I
sounded
downloaded
like that
the
way, and I was
Firefox
like, "What the
extension.
fuck?" I was just so lost. I was like, "What do you mean you need to plug in?"
When you put your plug-in, I mean, get the plug-in.
What
what
the?
the? Yeah, I got
Yeah?
Faker Face Z.
Ah,
That's the plugin you showed me. Yeah, the add-on for Firefox that does the 7TV stuff. That 7TV because I'll say so. Apparently, 7TV has a memory leak issue, and it's been
I wouldn't
occasionally
doubt it.
filling up by using up all my RAM on my computer. It will just slowly fill up more and more as the day goes on. So I have to restart Firefox like once a day usually. Like close all my Firefox tabs and windows and then reopen
I've seen
them.
the beginning and every end. I know the choices you can make and the outcomes of all of them. I know your heart's truest desire. All I need is for you to ask me to grant it. Grati. Father.
Jerry, I haven't played this Destiny. I don't know the reference.
Guardians make their own fate.
Have you been watching CO
no.
play Destiny 2, Jamie? Is now a Destiny stream? Okay, honey, boot up Destiny 2 right now. If you didn't already if it isn't already booted up.
Look at your screen right now.
Play Destiny right now.
Oh God.
Oh God.
Oh, Jesus.
No, I like did the nod off thing at the fucking at my desk and nearly fucking headbutted me.
Oh,
do not headbutt your
no.
desk. Illegal.
What Destiny just made Sooky so tired.
Oh, I think we can probably wrap up soonish if people are feeling EP, where we are like the 2 hour 30-ish minute mark. Is there anything on the docket? I did have one thing where like
Oh, I don't know
apparently-
anything to dog it.
Oh, okay, there is one thing. The Fuki dev, the guy who created Back to Fuki is
So true,
working
honey.
full time on the project now. So that will actually be getting updates. And for those of you who don't know,
Nice.
Fuki Tech is the thing we use for our PNG tubers right now.
Yeah.
I just remembered something that I saw. I remembered something else that I also wanted to say.
Jesus,
you were saying what you say. You could tell what you're saying.
Soap, I swear Soap has this ability where he takes the energy of everyone that's currently talking and just like tries to match it, but like all at the same time.
No. I do. I get energy from talking. I actually could feel like tired as shit, and if someone's like actively talking to me, I won't feel tired anymore. I've noticed that. I've noticed that like if I like try and sit quietly through a movie, I'll fall asleep during the movie. If I talk about it during the movie with other people who are watching the movie, I'll what's it called? I'll actually like fucking
Boo womp.
So this is actually the worst kind of person to watch movies with. Holy shit! What the fuck?
It's kind of true.
I just like talking. I just don't. I hate big groups. I like when you watch a movie with like 2 or 3 people, because then it's not that bad. But like, if you watch it with like fucking 6 people, it's like, oh man, I can't talk, because if I talk, everyone's gonna have respond, or like you're gonna annoy more people, and like, I don't know.
Yeah.
You have to get over your fears. It's not a fear. I just genuinely fall asleep if I don't talk during movies. I just need to talk. I need to talk. I need to talk. I always need to talk.
Well, yapper. Oh, yapper.
If he stops talking, he'll die.
You don't hear the redeems. Oh yeah, the streamer bot. What are you doing? Oh no, it's Obs. It's Obs, not capping streamer bot.
In a movie world with 20 people and you talk the entire time? I don't think so. I don't think 20 people. I think you're talking about STV's.
There we go. Should work out.
Maybe. But what's it called? I did talk for one of them. A lot of them I'm really quiet, and I usually talk if other people are talking. I will respond with other people talking. I won't just go quiet at this. If there's like 6 people and someone else says something, I will respond. But if I read the room and everyone's quiet, I'll be quiet as well. I tend to like not talk until I hear other people talking, and then I'm like, oh, this group doesn't mind talking during movies, so then I talk.
Yeah, you commentary is funny and on topic. Okay, so. Voices represent anyways.
I don't know. STB gets mad at me when I fucking... Well, not mad at me, but STB doesn't like when I talk during stuff, but I need to. I just need to. Even if it's like I'll say things that are like completely pointless. Like I'll ask a question, even if it's me and I'm watching it like something for the first time, I will still ask her a question, like a question that's like, oh, why is this happening? But it's not like I expect her to answer, because she won't know. It's her first time watching, you know? But I have to like say something, otherwise I fucking what's it called? Like, otherwise I just feel tired. I need to be talking. I can't sit in silence. I can't sit in silence. And it's not silence because, like, you know.
The talking hides the boo womps. I get you, so it makes you stop thinking.
I'm not hearing any boo womps. I'm not hearing any boo womps. What was I gonna say? Oh, the thing that I was gonna talk about. Did you guys see the Escape from Tarkov thing?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I heard about that.
That is fucking wild. They were like, oh, any future DLC? Our single player thing isn't a DLC, it's a feature. Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, oh man, I don't know. I know it's not downloaded content, but it's like, you know, you're fundamentally like not understanding Like, I don't know.
It is absolutely insane that they thought they would get away with that without any kind of like major backlash.
Backlash. Right? Yeah. Like, and plus, they haven't been releasing DLC unless you talk about all the actual updates to the game, which everyone has access to. And it's like, they haven't been releasing DLC. So what did people think? What were they meaning when they said DLC? Like, were they going to introduce an expansion pack? Like, what?
Yeah, like what's to stop them from deciding the next thing isn't DLC either? Like the next major update.
Even though they were trying to bait attention, I mean, yeah, it definitely wasn't worth. It's given a lot of people like a sour taste now.
Tarkov was already really popular though. Like it's not like they needed to bait attention.
It was
like,
really popular, and they could have released something if they had have released a different pack and like made it a little bit cheaper and not had like they could have done like another like space expansion, like another storage, like a storage what do you call it, like inventory space expansion thing. Like like I don't know.
It's weird that they're just I've never seen a game just been like, okay, yeah, you guys have to buy a new $250 version to get the new thing.
No, it wasn't $250 version. It was, if you already had the $150 version, you would have to spend another $100 to upgrade to the other version. Even though that new version's only $150. So you get $50 off if you bought the $150 previous version, you know? And that previous version isn't available anymore. So it's like, why is it not like they should have done it like a little cheaper. How much does it cost to run private? Also, why are they... Okay, hang on. I need to think of the right process to go through this.
I am how.
It is... They were saying the reason they need to spend so much is because they need all the server space for all these separate servers, right? All these single player servers. But then it's like, okay, if server space was the issue and your issue was the cost of server space, why didn't you make it peer-to-peer for the single player mode? Because it's a single player mode and it's going to cost money. But if you make that peer-to-peer, no one's going to complain and be like, oh, this shouldn't be peer-to-peer. No, because it's single player, and if people want to join your single player thing, like, they're joining your fucking server that you're on, playing on your own thing. So I don't get why they would do that. Why they would care that they need to have like a fucking actual server or whatever.
It might be hard to just add peer-to-peer to a game that's
I know it might be
server-based.
hard. I know it might be hard. But the thing is, they make enough money that they could have developed that. And at least I would assume they make enough money that they would be able to implement it. And it would still be cheaper than running servers than their, what's it called, for each individual person.
That's my biggest beef with this whole situation, is that like Tarkov is a fairly successful game that makes a lot of money, right? Because like they have season passes and like they have microtransactions and like there's cosmetics you can buy. Like they have a cash flow,
I think
right?
There's season passes, nor do I think there's cosmetics you can buy.
I don't think so necessarily. There's not season passes, and cosmetics that you can buy might just be something like you can buy the whatever pack and it comes with this stuff, you know? And the first change they made to what's it called? The first change they made to the thing that they were fucking over the people who bought this what was it? It was something I don't know, I can't remember what it was called. the edition, but the edition before the Unheard of edition was they were like, okay, all you
EOD,
people
the
who originally
150?
spent EOD, Edge of Darkness, that's right.
Yep.
Edge of Darkness edition. The Edge of Darkness edition, like they were like, okay, fine, you guys can have 6 months of these features, right? And then it was like, okay, so 6 months of these features. So you're giving them 6 months to make enough money to buy the DLC if they want to continue playing this stuff that they've been playing for 6 months? Like, what? What was the thought process there? That's the dumbest fucking thing. If anything, they should have done it the other way and been like, okay, in 6 months, we'll give you access to all these things. We just can't do it yet because we need to make server space. Why do they say 4 or 6 months you can get it? Like, what?
Yeah.
What? That doesn't even make sense in their explanation. Their explanation was that they didn't have enough servers. So what, they're gonna have enough servers for 6 months and then not have enough servers? What's going on? Like, what? What is this fucking thought process here? It's so fucking stupid. It doesn't even make any sense.
It is just a very stupid ingredient move, and I don't know how they thought this was gonna go well.
It's so fucking weird. Also, 150 for a fucking for single player is insane.
Yeah.
That's like, it's not for single player. It's increased stash size, increased like faster like match times, skipping like fucking wait
the
times
priority
and, like,
queue, like a freaking priority
stuff.
queue, like
it's all that shit. But like, what the fuck? What the
Why?
fuck?
way to ruin like years of goodwill.
Yeah.
Poof. Because you need to sell a $200, $150 single player.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
It's just so weird. It would have made a little sense if they had have like maybe made it not even a fucking $50 upgrade. It should have been like a $25 upgrade from like the previous one.
Yeah.
Because if you're complaining that we now need servers for it, I doubt it's $25 per person for these servers. You know, that sounds a little extreme. I mean, I might just not know how expensive it is to run a server, but that seems a little high. That seems a little high, even if it's 25 per server.
Yeah, server costs can be expensive, but I don't know.
The thing is about the single player stuff is like, just download the single player mod. It's free.
Yeah. That's the thing. You can download the single player mod, but like we were saying earlier with like pirating and stuff like that, if you can get something that's like naturally integrated into the thing, generally people are gonna want to like go for that one and pay for that one rather than like jump through all the hoops of doing the sketchy thing, you know? Whereas some people see modding as really sketchy, right? So it's like, you know, people are gonna want to go with the first party alternative, even if it costs money.
I mean,
so,
the single player mod, you literally run your own server on your computer to like have it work.
Is it okay? Wait, is it single player or can you play with friends?
It's literally just single player. You cannot play with friends.
Okay, so I don't think it's running a server then.
No, it's literally running a server. You have to run a server that comes with it.
Okay, if that's the case, Punz, they can integrate it easily. If a modder can integrate it, they can integrate it very easily to have peer-to-peer. Because if you can run your own server and then like they already have the thing to run with a bunch of other people, you could definitely run it peer-to-peer. You can adjust that to run peer-to-peer.
Yeah.
So it's like it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make any sense at all. They are just like coming up with dog shit excuses so that they can like justify their shitty fucking what's it called? Their shitty like money grabbing fucking decisions.
Yeah.
Well, it's literally they're taking the easiest route where like we'll put a shitty single player in but we're not going to do anything more because we're lazy as fuck, and we're already like, how long has Tarkov been out in early access now? Like it's been
It's been a few years,
3 years at least.
It's been over 3 years. It's been at least 4. It's probably been more. It was probably 2019, maybe. Tarkov.
It's ridiculous.
I want the bet Tarkov's going to be one of those forever in early access game that's never going to release.
100%.
It had a closed alpha in 2016. Closed beta in 2017. What's it considered now? These release dates don't have one that says like early access.
Oh, it's still early access. It's not like fully out.
Yeah, no, but when was the early access? Early access release date. Let's see. When's it does not telling me. It's telling me It's telling me all the times that it's become early access or closed beta alpha.
2017, July 28th. That was closed beta.
That was closed. Yeah, exactly. When did they make it an open beta or a paid? Oh, is it still a closed beta if you have to pay for it? Is that why it's? When did Tarkov become early access? Select users. Select users. I don't want select users. I want to know when it became okay. Select few players under NDA. Mentioned closed beta being made available to all players, no matter pre-order edition they purchased. Okay, 2017. It's been since 2017. It's been in a closed beta, which all players, no matter the pre-order edition they purchased. Yeah, that's how long.
Closed beta.
Yeah, it's a closed beta, but it's closed to people who bought it. So it's,
that just sounds like a game.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's yeah. No, so it's closed in the sense that it's like you bought the game, you can play the beta.
Mm-hmm.
You pre-ordered the game, you can play the actual beta, which is just buying the game that they're saying they're supporting at the moment. And apparently it spiked in popularity in 2020, which is probably why you're saying that it's that it feels like it's been like 3 or 4 years, because it's only been really popular for 3 or 4 years. It was it's been fucking, what's it called? It's been fucking
It's been 7 years.
Yeah, it's been 7 years that it's like just been available to like the public, So
yeah, no excuse. But...
No excuse. Yeah, the game is basically like
7 years of development time is also insane.
Yeah,
like
most games do not have 7 years of full development.
No, that's generally how long it takes to make a game.
Yeah, but a lot of that time is spent in like pre-production, where like it's just a small team just creating concepts for the game and things like that. But this has been 7 years of them working full time on this game with a team and everything, and adding updates and adding new weapons and actually working on the video game.
Yeah.
There's no reason
It's usually only sequels that take less than like 6-7 years, I think. unless they're moving to a whole new engine.
But I think it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know those stores that are like constantly like in the clearance sale, like they're going out of business, but they're not going out of business. But they have the sign up that way that like draw in people to buy shit. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
It's that, right?
You think they're just trying to just? Do you think they're desperate?
I don't think they're desperate. I think they think that by stating it as a closed beta, that eventually it will drop a full release, right?
Mm-hmm.
That it will garner more people to buy the game in hopes of one day it releases.
Well, I think what they did is they worked on a game for a while, right? And then they were like, we want money now. So we're just going to release it and say that it's not finished. And we're going to add stuff. But like, this is generally how the game was going to be. And this is how we're releasing it. We're just calling it early access so that you buy into the everything will keep being improved and stuff. They're just doing live service without live service, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Without the live service term. Instead of live service, it's early access, you know? But, like, they get to claim that it's an early access game, and if you buy it and you don't like certain things, it's like, well, that's because it's not finished yet, you know? If there's issues, it's not finished yet.
True.
It's kind of like Star Citizen, I feel like, where they, like, you know, they release that in its unfinished state because they want to, like, make even more money, and they want to continue like developing this game, but like, you know, it's I don't know how to explain it. It's like they could have just like released it and said, hey, this is a release, but we're gonna continue working on this game. People would have been like, this is a shit release. But it's like, no, it's early access, you see? But it's an indefinite early access. So it's kind of like, you just kind of release the game.
Yeah, at that point, the game just released. It's just released. Like, if you've been working, if a game has been in early access for like 6-7 years, it's just released at this point. Like,
yeah, it's just that they released it. Like, I don't know. They released it, and they do plan on updating it. So that at that point, it's just a live service, though, right?
It's right? Like Warframe is like technically still in beta, but like the game's been in development for like
Tarkov. We're talking about Tarkov.
8 years.
Or games similar to Tarkov that have had like an early access for like 7 years. It's like Tarkov is just a released game that they are planning to make changes to.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that it's not that it's like fucking actually like early access.
Yeah,
it's just that they released it under the guise of early access, so they can't say that it's like, so they can avoid the claims of, oh, this doesn't work properly. It's like, well, okay, it's an early access, so why did you expect it to work properly, you know?
I don't know for how long when I played the game for a little bit, but what I heard from other people playing it, for the longest time, sound like footsteps were fucked up, and that they played, I think, either like way too quiet or way too loud for like no good reason. And in a game like Tarkov, that's inexcusable.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think that was like I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think. I don't know. The things I'm like okay with early access.
Are you saying so?
The thing I'm okay with early access is like what's it called? if it's like literally like showing a subset of the game rather than showing the whole part of the game that's released. And even if you are showing a subset of the game, it's got to be like, okay, well, I should say Manor Lords released in a state that is considered early access, but I think that's like, I don't know.
Manor
I feel
Lord's
like that's
still a
different
playable game. Like, even though it's not done yet,
it's really well polished considering what is there at the moment. It's not like I don't know. I think a lot of people said they haven't had many issues with it, like bug wise.
That's good. Yeah, like I don't mind early access as long as it's like it's not just going to be one of the things where it just exists in early access forever. Like it has to eventually release.
Yeah.
And there are, and a lot of games do that. Like Don't Starve was early access and then it released. Oxygen Not Included. A lot of other Cly games all do that.
You know what?
What?
You know what game that does that currently that like really annoys me?
What?
Slime Rancher 2. That game's still not finished. Yeah. It's still not in like.
That's wild. That's wild that they are doing that with a sequel. That's like.
I mean, Slime Rancher 1 was in early access for years, so like they just take forever to do anything.
But that's the thing. Like, if it's what's it called? If it's a sequel, it's like it's not like they're desperate need for money to like develop the next game. They have the money in their like current game. Like their already released one.
Yeah, exactly. Like they've already made this game before, and they're able to reuse a lot of the thing, be it code or assets.
So
from
many
the original.
slimes are from 1 or in 2. There's like the last time I played, there was like 3 new slimes, which I get, right? Slime. You theoretically have to add a slime variant for every other slime. But like, holy fuck. Please add more content to the game. I want to play the game, but I don't want to play it a billion times over every single patch. Please just finish the game. Please sit down and just play, like plug in the time.
Yeah, just again, I haven't seen a full playthrough of Slime Rancher 2, but like from what I saw, it looks pretty much the same as 1. The same gameplay loop, same
different map,
same everything.
I'm fine with that. I just want to play the game
map.
without having to play it a billion different times. Like, I hate games that are like mid-update where it's like, all right, well, I've reached the end. Now I have to start a new playthrough when a new update comes out, and my old save doesn't work, or maybe I just don't remember the gameplay, so I have to start a whole new save. And
early access is always just a risky thing to do. I don't know. It's
at least when Darkest Dungeon 2 got out of early access and that fully released. That's another example, by the way, of something that fully released. I got to keep my save file. I think I did.
I guess for really, like, I don't know, for indie, a lot of like really indie things, I feel like I don't mind as much when there's early access or like demo stuff around. I think that's more because like they usually don't typically have the funds. But I don't know, something like Slime Rancher, I feel like they have enough money from the first game. They made a shit ton. Like,
I just don't know how much they made.
At least have to.
Like, there wasn't DLC you could buy. Like, yeah, sure, but like,
look, how big is the company that makes it? And they just got to think, how long can that supply wages of people who are making it and supply like running like a game studio. Like, it's really realistically that's what you got to look at.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So the game is sold over 5 million copies, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's
5
sold over
million.
5 million
Wow.
copies. How much is Slime Rancher worth? Right?
I think that was like $20, right?
Slime.
Yeah, Slime Rancher is
is
$20 right now.
Okay, $20, and just maybe like half it because of sales and shit. Half that, they've made about 50 million, I would say. I don't know. I can't say exactly, but
Well, we gotta take away 30% for Steam's cut from that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, even if everyone bought it on half price, obviously, like, let's even just go a quarter. 25 million. How big is this developer? Monomi Park. How big is Monomi Park?
They made Slime Rancher and Slime Rancher 2. So not that big at all. Yeah. So even if this is again on the low ball of things, $2.5 million, $2.5 million is a lot.
For how long can $25 million supply a it's called a studio like that?
Well, software devs would be around 100,000 a year. Not sure what the other ones would be, but
also I have no clue how big the studio is. Like, how big is the how like
even assuming that there are 10 people there and they're all making a software dev salary of 100,000 a year, which I highly doubt. They're using $1 million a year to pay for the team, and they made over 25 million with this game lowballing.
Yeah, they did 25 years at that point, right?
Yeah. So like they're good. They
can probably they probably could at least do that. And that's the thing. Yeah. So why release the second game in early access? What is the point? At that, like, I just don't get it.
I don't get it either. I don't know.
Are we done?
Are we done? I don't know. Are we done ranting?
I think we've. Yeah, I think that's I said everything I want to say. I assume at this point I think Sooky is just asleep. So, if and no one else has anything else they would like to say, then we can probably wrap it up here.
How was your nap? Cute. Oh. Yeah, let's end it so Sooky can actually get some sleep if she does go to sleep.
Yeah, I'm also a little tired too, so
Sooky sleeps?
Yeah, you sleep.
No sleeping allowed.
Thank you all for stopping by and hanging out with us today. Thank you, Soap, Sooky, and Siel for yapping with me on the stream. Thank you, Snow Snutch. And we are going to send everyone over to...
Okay, honey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah?
I'm going to need you to go in and make Snail 5,000 more expensive.
5,000 more? Okay, we will talk about it after.
I'll make sure STB refunds everyone's points more frequently.
Oh no, anytime anyone redeems Snail, I go in immediately and I accept it. I personally do this.
That's wild. So
if you're gonna make me talk like a snail, you're gonna lose your points.
Wow.
It's,
Well,
it's just snowing.
I gotta refund the ones that happen when you're not around.
You know, I can't beat that. You know.
Are you gonna refund all those who did the snomp?
No, sorry. Yes, I do refund those.
Oh, it's okay. That would have been
That's just
snare
funny.
because it wasn't even working for a good chunk of that.
I mean, even if it's working, I still do it. It's funny. The snoo snomp is very snunny, you know.
Hey, thank you for the raid message, Jen. I completely forgot about the raid message. But yeah, I'm gonna send you guys all over to Yoko. Go send her my love. I think she has a new little PNG trooper right now.
One second.
Little PNG trooper. Okay, I'm pausing. I'm champing. Have approximately 20 seconds. Are we getting in on the podcast? Yeah, but I'll shoot him a DM. You know, I'll see if we can work something out. Yeah. You know, I'll just DM him.
It's over. It's already gone.
It's gone. They're gone.
It's dead. We're dead.
Thank goodness.
They're gone.